Last week, the Senate Banking Committee approved the Clarity Act in a 15-9 bipartisan vote, marking a key legislative milestone for the crypto industry. This move brings the Digital Asset Market Clarity Act closer to becoming law and could establish a regulatory framework that defines the roles of the SEC and CFTC in overseeing digital assets. The bill draws a clear line between tokens that function as securities and those that operate as digital commodities within decentralized protocols. This distinction is critical because it could determine which agency regulates specific crypto assets, potentially reducing regulatory uncertainty and fostering innovation. The Clarity Act is considered the top legislative priority for the crypto industry. It aims to provide predictable oversight and guardrails, which could help stabilize the sector and attract institutional investment. The bipartisan support for the bill is notable, with Democratic Senators Ruben Gallego and Angela Alsobrooks joining Republicans in backing the measure. This cross-party alignment suggests growing consensus on the need for a structured regulatory approach to digital assets. Galaxy Research's Alex Thorne estimates a 75% chance that the Clarity Act will become law in 2026, with potential presidential signing expected during the week of August 3. Thorne outlined a timeline with Senate floor debate starting in. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. Mid-June and House-Senate reconciliation potentially wrapping up by late July. However, Congress has only 9 weeks of Senate floor time before the August 10 recess, which could limit legislative progress during the midterm election cycle. This tight timeline raises questions about whether the bill will reach the president's desk before the session ends. Prediction Market Polymarket has updated the odds of the Clarity Act being signed into law in 2026 to 68%, up from 46% at the start of May, though still below Thorne's 75% estimate. Solana Policy Institute President Kristen Smith, however, offers a more cautious outlook, placing the probability at 60%. She acknowledges the bipartisan momentum, but warns that several hurdles remain before the bill can become law. These include final negotiations between the House and Senate, as well as potential challenges from regulatory agencies and industry stakeholders. A central structural element of the bill is its jurisdictional framework, which assigns oversight responsibilities based on how a token functions. If a token is deemed a security, the SEC would have jurisdiction. If it functions as a digital commodity, the CFTC would take the lead. This division is intended to streamline regulatory enforcement and reduce ambiguity in the market. However, the effectiveness of this framework will depend on how it is interpreted and implemented by regulators. The Clarity Act's potential impact on the crypto market is significant. A clear regulatory framework could encourage more institutional participation, reduce legal risks for developers and investors, and provide a stable environment for innovation. Conversely, if the bill fails to pass or is watered down during negotiations, the market could face continued uncertainty and regulatory fragmentation. The next key signal to watch is the Senate floor debate, expected to begin in mid-June. This will be a critical test of the bill's viability and the level of support it retains as it moves toward a. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. Full Senate vote. If the bill survives the floor debate and House-Senate negotiations, it could be signed into law as early as August. However, if it stalls or faces significant opposition, the chances of passage could diminish, especially with the August recess looming. The Clarity Act represents a major step toward regulatory clarity in the crypto space. While the path forward is uncertain, the bill's bipartisan backing and growing industry support suggest that it has a strong chance of becoming law. The final outcome will depend on how the legislative process unfolds and whether key stakeholders can reach consensus on the bill's final form.